Hello everyone, this is Kiran from at Rewire by Automation, Rewire channel. Mm, Let me recap quickly before getting into the Appium Inspector. After completion of the Android and Node.js as a prerequisite, and we have come across and learned about the what is Appium ecosystem, what are the components it involves, and in the server, how we can configure the server, how we can install, followed by the how we can install the drivers and uninstall the drivers, and what are the drivers maintained by the Appium team and what are the drivers given by the other forum. All those details we learn. Now we are slowly getting into the implementation of the automation readiness. So we are in the Appium Inspector, which is the last step, for the completion of the setup needed for the automation readiness for the Appium for the Android. Okay, so now let's switch over to the Appium Inspector. So whoever is experienced in the commercial tools, they might have a spy tools in their in the commercial tools kind of. So the concept behind is common across any of the tools. Basically, to understand what is the architecture of this particular element and how do you identify the particular element to view the required attributes and its values. Okay, see, by seeing the application, I may not be in a position to identify what is the name of that one. Might be in the back in the architecture, in this particular element architecture, they might have given some different name or different ID. So we need to understand what are those. Then only we can instruct our driver to, hey, identify this particular element using these are the attributes. That is one way. The second one way, the second way is might be you can give the entire path of that particular element. Then only the driver can go and identify that particular element if that is available or not. In order to simulate actions, first you need to identify how that identify happens. For each tool, different ways based on the tool or driver's architecture. So like that, in the Appium itself, the Appium source forum, they design and develop this particular UI interface so that users can view the XML template of that particular screen and to draw the insights about that screen elements. Okay, so how we can do that one? So that I am going to walk through now. So before getting into that, so we have to install the particular inspector. There are various ways. In this version 2.x version, they came up with the web version as version also as well, which I will walk through in the at build setup playlist. But for now, let us have a GUI interface tool so that you can feel how do you install Appium Inspector. So for example, suppose if you are trying to make automation readiness for the one particular app, so in order to have first at least starting element, what is the way its properties, you should have a Appium Inspector. That's why I have included in the readiness steps. So first thing is, here you can see the releases. This is the one where you can get it from the latest version of the Appium Inspector. Okay, so if I click this one, it will navigate to this particular page. So this is the one where Appium forum team is maintaining Appium Inspector versions, and you can identify Windows version. If you're working on Mac, you can take Mac version, that is DMG. So extension is .dmg for the Mac OS, whereas for Windows it will be the .exe. Once you install, so in my system already it is installed, and you can see the icon over here. So only I just wanted to highlight over here two things. So if you are trying to install, so by default that install screen will come up with this one, and you might be surprised how to install. Very simply you need to click on this the more info, and then you will see this particular diag, so that it is expanded, and you will see this one, and you click on run anyway, and it will install. Okay, so once this is there, and it will allow you to complete the Appium in Inspector setup. So very simple installation this is. Okay, once this is installed, so this is the screen that you will see in the Appium Inspector. This is the screen. So here I'm going to walk through that one as well. So here is the one that remote host and port number you need to give. And if at all, if you are running first time, okay, so you need to give the capabilities for here. First capability, automation name, sorry, the platform name, automation name, you automated to, this is the mandatory parameter, package, this is the mandatory parameter, okay, app activity, dot settings. So how to find out this package name and app activity, I will let you know. And anyway, we know the platform name is Android, and then automation name is UI Automator 2. Okay, so rest all device name. I think I told you about the device name for this one, and the UDID is the one of the parameter that you need to give for this one. If you are working on physical device, the UDID is different. So based on the UDID, you need to give it. Okay, so that's about. This is the JSON. The moment when you entering the values, that will be populated over here. It will be automatically created, and for future purpose, you may save it as, so that it will save it in the this Appium Inspector itself, and then you can start the session. Okay. So this is the screenshot. These are the capabilities team. The capability. So that you need to understand. So platform name, that is the Android, and UI Automator, which is the actual driver name, which you have seen in the when you start the server Appium server, and package, and followed by the app activity, that is settings, and device name you need to give, and no reset and full reset. These two are all interrelated. First no reset, and by default value is false. So no reset means so it will avoid the avoid the if you are putting the true, it will avoid the setting the app as the base state. Okay, that's why we always keep that in the the false. This is the default value is false for these two. So full reset is some additional functionalities in the background it is running, which are related to the reset of the app. So generally, it is useful if you are not resetting the app, right? If you are running the scripts. So for every script, you need to start from the login screen. Sometimes in the previous script, you have at the middle of the flow, and due to some error, it got stopped, and the situation is to run the next script. In such case, right, the next script is trying to looking for the login screen, but actually the app is in the different screen. So that's where it will give the error. In such case, this particular the no reset parameter, what happens is for every session, for every session we are closing the driver, right? So the driver, once you initiate in the back end, so it will reset this particular app, and it will allow you to move the control from the login screen. That's the reason we are maintaining these values as a false. And this is the page source on failure. So it will give the complete insights whenever you encounter a failure on the Appium server screen. So that's the reason we are keeping this the parameters. These are all optional, but for our understanding and maintaining the practice purpose, we are maintaining these three capabilities here when we are starting the server. Okay. So now I will switch on to the Appium Inspector. So this is the one. In this one, I have already created three. One is the three. Once you saved, right, it will be saved over here. Okay, 4, 6, something. You wanted to save it as, right. Some is, so you can save it. So you just give the demo. So it will save over here. So you can edit it when whatever you want here. You can edit it. So it will populate to this screen and you can edit it. Okay, and I'll select this one. Okay, and you need to give this is the remote host number by default for every system, like that only, or else you can give the local host as a name so that it will take it, and this is the parameter 4723. Okay, so what are the available ports at in the at bill playlist? I'll give overview on that one. So now I am starting the Appium Inspector, so that it will allow you to. I'm giving this is the by default app settings I'm giving here. Okay, com.android.settings on this one. Okay, how to navigate with your desired app, that also I'll show you. So now here, if you see here, so before that one, you have to launch the emulator should be on. Otherwise, it will throw an error. For example, if I'm trying to start this one, see, it will give the error saying could not connect to the Appium server so and so. Please check if the server is running. That is one thing. And after that one, if you are using the inspector browser version, ensure that so and so it is giving that message. So my Appium Inspector is not running. That is the one, it is giving the error. What I will see is, okay. And if I run, my emulator also is on now. Okay. So I'm just starting this one. So in order to run the Appium Inspector, whatever the emulator that you are trying to connect, that should be on. If it is a physical device, that should be on. And if it is emulator, that should be on. And then your Appium should be on. Then only it will identify that particular app that you mentioned in the capabilities and it will launch. So I have mentioned in the capabilities what it is, that setting. Hey, you launch settings app, so it will launch the settings app and launch settings app and allow you to view those elements. For example, here, see, apps. Okay, it is giving the total entire architecture. Okay, this XML structure, the tree structure it is giving. So that means you have configured the Appium properly, the server is configured properly, the Appium inspector is able to talk with the Appium server is able to talk with the Appium inspector as well. So I'll just give you, I wanted to have the actual app. So I'm on this side, emulator side. I wanted to have, this is our app demo which I got it from the Appium open source forum and from the GitHub repository. So what I will do is, this screen I want, what I will do is, I'll do refresh. See, that app screen is displayed over here. So whatever you want, you can do it. You can click on this one and you will come to know. And what exactly these elements, how do you, what are the strategies and all, I'm going to cover in the, on the build playlist. Okay, for now, for having the automation readiness, this is enough. Okay, so this is the, how to launch your Appium Inspector on this specific app, that we need to change in the capabilities, and it will, you need to change the app package, you need to change the Appium activity, and automatically it will launch this particular app. For now, you can see here. So here it has its own properties. What are the properties we need to pick up? That I will explain in the playlist at build playlist. Okay. For example, now it is ready. Your Appium service is connecting with the Appium Inspector. For example, I am closing this one. See, if you launch, what is the command to know? What are the emulators are available? ADB devices, right? See, none of the devices are available. In such case, if you are trying to start this session, okay, I am closing this session. Because the emulator is closed, that's why it is it is taking a lot of time. Appium server is trying to find out where is that this one. Here you can see the errors. See here. Okay. Now what I will do is I will try to start this session. It will throw because there is no device is available. Okay. So because the device with this particular name is not available, then it will wait for certain seconds and it will throw an error. And you can see this one. See here. Failed to create a session, an unknown error occurred while processing the command. The original error could not find a connected Android device in the 20,000 milliseconds. That means 2 seconds. It is waited. Okay. So here it is giving the sessions. New sessions started and could not find a Android device, so on so. So this is where it is giving the entire all the logs in this one. Okay. So team, everyone. So that's all I have on the Appium Inspector site. Okay. So you can watch this video whenever you want, and you can play so that you'll be acquainted with this component easily. Okay. So thanks everyone. Thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next session. Bye.